2015 saw the birth of this series that we have all come to know and love. This weekend, for the first time in series history, we get to see every single one of our former champions on the starting line at once, and it only happens at round number 5 of the Kenda Full Gas Sprint Enduro Series.
The picturesque hills of Bristol, Tennessee play host to round 5 of the 2019 Full Gas Sprint Enduro season. As the season surpasses its halfway point, the top female off-road riders in the world are poised and ready to battle for the top step of the podium. Defending champion, Australia's Taylor Jones comes into the weekend with a 48-point lead over fellow Aussie and ISDE teammate Mackenzie Tricker.
It's crazy where this sport can take you. Like, we're on the other side of the world, but we literally live within 45 minutes from each other, and we're racing together every weekend just like we did at home. And it's pretty cool to be able to do that.
Tricker grew up primarily as a motocross racer, but after coming stateside several years ago, she made a remarkable transition to the off-road world and quickly became one of the sport's fastest female racers.
I never ever had any plans to switch to off-road. I was always 110% into motocross, but when WMX kind of started to go away, and that's originally what I came to the US for, was for WMX, and there was just no future in it. And then I was obviously spending a lot of time with Jessica Patterson, and she did the same thing, retired from motocross and switched over to GNTC, and I was going to some of the off-road races with them, and riding a little bit of off-road here in Travelers Rest with some of the off-road kids, and I kind of was like, man, this could be something, you know. And so I went and did a couple of races, and then I did pretty good right away, and I got some support from KTM, and 3 years later we're still doing it.
Standing out as the top American, Ohio's Becca Sheets will be looking to battle for a race win of her own. Much like her Australian competition, Sheets came from a motocross background and quickly figured out how to find success in the world of off-road racing.
It's awesome to race them because they kind of just raise the bar higher. So it just pushes me to get a little bit better and a little bit better. It just kind of has gone on for the last 3 years, I'd say. Like, all 3 of us have just kind of been pushing each other, because one person gets closer, the next person gets closer, and it's awesome. I mean, if I was just out there winning easily every weekend, I'd be pretty bored. So I like the challenge, and I'll get it.
The sun is shining and the breeze is rolling through these Tennessee mountains. The parking lot is full of anticipation. Here we go. Round number 5, day number 1. Russell once again showing that consistency matters when you're racing against the clock. Stays in the top 3 all 6 tests and takes the day 1 win. That ball once again nipping at the heels of the leader and putting the division on notice. He's getting used to being back out of these sprint enduros as he gets a solid 2nd place finish on day number 1. Josh Strang is going to round out your day 1 overall podium in 3rd. A lot of movement in our women's pro leaderboard as Taylor Jones reclaims the lead. She's going to keep her 2019 unbeaten streak alive as she wins day number 1. What better way is there to spend Father's Day than with our Full Gas family as the racing gets underway here on day number 2. Beta boys look to take advantage of points leader Evan Smith moving up yesterday, as between Mike Witkowski and Cody Barnes, they end up with 9 out of 12 test wins. But at the end of the weekend, it's Mike Witkowski taking the win over teammate Cody Barnes in 2nd. That Duvall staying solid, staying consistent. He's going to end up 2nd on day 2 as well, which puts him 2nd overall for the weekend. it's going to be Kailub Russell keeping the streak alive despite having a third place finish on day 2. He's going to take the overall win once again here at round number 5. With all 3 of our top pro riders all taking test wins throughout the weekend, this battle for the podium is going to come down to the wire. Going into the final test of the weekend, just 1.8 seconds separate second and third place. Which one of these 2 riders is going to come out on top? With it all on the line, Mackenzie Tricker digs down deep, puts her head down, and charges to the final test win of the weekend. That's going to put her in second place, with Becca Sheets rounding out your women's pro podium.
I just struggled a little bit. I had a wreck in the Enduro test on the first one today, and I was just trying my best. And that last test, Mackenzie and I were 2 seconds apart. I had to make up those 2 seconds, and she knew I was right there. And you know, we both gave it our all coming through to the finish. And yeah, I was just kind of bummed that I didn't make up those 2 seconds, but I was close. So I'm just happy with the improvements I've made so far.
I got second again, but I mean, I feel like I rode really good. Myself and Becca were a lot closer this weekend to Taylor, so that was really good. We kind of duked it out all weekend, and I was able to make up the time I lost on her yesterday and take back second place.
I started off a bit slow. I was a bit nervous in the woods with how wet it was, but as the weekend went on, I got faster. Just kind of calmed down a bit more, to be honest. It was fun though. It was a lot more challenging than everyone expected, I think, with how the track turned out. But overall, I had a good weekend. Only crashed a couple times, and I got a win, so I can't be upset.